Hi everyone, and welcome to the weekly astrological predictions for the December 16, 2019 week. The main background influence this week is the same that has been in place for the past several months and will continue into 2020, and that is we have conjunction between Pluto and Saturn in Capricorn. Typically it coincides with major geopolitical tensions, changes in leadership of countries and large corporations, leaders passing away, being removed, and some changes in maybe countries' borders or in which entities comprise perhaps a larger union. We also have, this influence also often coincides with large-scale earthquakes or some other disasters or accidents. This week, this influence will be felt the strongest at the end of the week, but as something to keep in mind as far as the upcoming months in January of 2020, there may be sort of escalation or even stronger emphasis on this influence that have been felt in previous months, and that is another month where we really can expect strong increase in earthquakes, and if there are any protests against governments or against certain leaders, and those leaders perhaps are not very stable, their leadership is not very stable, that's the time where there may be some major changes, and like I said, leaders may go away, or the sort of the breaking point is reached. And let's see, another influence that's in place, and that has been in sort of place since December 8, and it will continue through 2020, December 22, is that it's actually a beneficial time for businesses related to IT, high tech, telecommunications, anything that has to do with like fast data processing, aerospace, electric power generation, electric cars, as well as banks and finance, and especially, again, things that relate to fintech. So maybe, data, cryptocurrencies, or anything that, again, needs to be processed fast and analyzed, very quickly. Those kind of areas may receive either governmental support or expand in some ways, and or there may be new projects announced that again reach out sort of internationally, or these businesses or banks may announce new sort of innovative approaches that again aim to expand, especially internationally. And or there may be some positive news, such as removal of some legal obstacles, or some bill is passed, some international, previous limitation is removed, and so these businesses may find, good conditions for themselves to thrive during this time. And then for the weekly prediction, I also made on my blog at elsunka.com, I also made prediction for US and China for this week. So for both countries, there may be increased focus on finance, earnings, profits, expenses, as well as international agreements and international laws, policies, import-export, tariffs, etc. So the difference is that in US, there are also going to be some additional news potentially about like healthcare, workforce, governmental contracts, social services, so any sort of activities or projects that aim to help the needy and or, like I said, provide maybe increased sort of supply of qualified skilled workers for some businesses. And there may also be news about, like I said, either international policies or even higher education. So for example, some decision is made about like visas for international students or immigration policies. For China, a somewhat similar influence, but in addition to that, there will be also news or ongoing focus on issues related to like healthcare, oil, navy, biotech, beverages, water pollution, poisons, chemicals, etc. That's ongoing influence, and that's actually something that has been kind of strongly featured in China's horoscope starting in 2018 and will continue into 2020, but we'll be getting kind of more and more, these areas may experience more and more strong developments where we may see some major reforms or some innovations or some major infrastructure projects or change in governance, or even potentially accidents, or again, intentionally something is developed where maybe there's just a really strong change, a really new cutting edge technology, like I said, biotech, chemicals, Navy, some large scale projects, building maybe those islands, or something is announced, perhaps some sort of a genetic, research or something like that. And in particular, the time between December 20th, 2019 and January 20th, 2020 is when there may be intensification in either, like I said, news in those areas where perhaps, from the negative manifestation of some sort of major accident that needs to be addressed to announcement of a really large long-term project, or announcement of some sort of a innovative approach that, is truly cutting edge and allows one or more of these industries in China to receive some additional either funding or expansion, etc. And for this week, I know there's, I guess, some discussion of between the US and China of some agreement, etc. So for this week, in China's horoscope, December 18th looks the sort of most promising for any sort of agreements or decisions to be announced. So moving right along, the predictions for the stock market for individual days of the week are Monday through Wednesday. I think the market has a higher chance of going up, and then on Thursday and or Friday there will be a reversal in the direction, and most likely I think it will be down. So in the beginning of the week, I think there may be Monday through Wednesday positive news, including military, sports, any sort of legal agreements may go over smoothly, or some sort of, if there's a law that's being discussed, that may be approved. Anything that's been like an agreement that's been in the works, the decision may be reached. And again, that also coincides with this December 18 being significant in China's horoscope. All other industries that may be experiencing some, improved conditions are also fintech, IT, telecoms, electric power companies, electric car companies. Also, there may be additional or new rather developments related to like cryptocurrencies and or any products and services that specifically rely on the decentralized architecture. On the 17th, market, I believe, will go up. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday also market goes up. Then on Thursday, I'm not sure if the reversal will occur on Thursday, so Thursday and Friday down compared to Monday through Wednesday being up, and or possibly like on Thursday morning things are still going up, and by Thursday afternoon market turns down, and or Thursday maybe market is still up but it's just not as much, but then on Friday it definitely goes down. So Thursday is sort of about this potential reversal day. And let's see, other important things to note is that 19th through the 20th may see increased news both about things like wet weather, floods perhaps, or water pollution, rains, fog, etc., to the point where maybe there's even announcement of some large car accident or some sort of transportation accident where conditions are too foggy or rainy, etc. At the same time, there may be increased focus on things like oil, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, healthcare, poisons, drugs, etc., as well as if there's, say, an agreement either reached or announced on the 18th, or at least, some announcement regarding that agreement is made on the 18th, that chances are on the 19th and 20th, there may be some sort of doubts on whether or not everything is kind of either legal or things can be legalized, because some things may look shady, or there may be just confusion, or the details are missing, or there's some suspicion about something basically not being quite, proper. And in general, there may be just increased news on the 19th and 20th, like I said, of December, about someone's, some important famous or important leaders' illegal activities, about them being shady, or maybe about their addiction, or basically some information being hidden and facts being omitted. And so these news may kind of therefore kind of spook investors, or there may be just a general sense of confusion in the air, and that's why I think that the market on Thursday and Friday may go down. Additionally, if there's, say, maybe some reports are expected about whether some drugs trial went well, that actually may be either news may be delayed, or the announcement may be that the trial actually didn't do so well, that the drug is not approved just yet, or there's even a lawsuit for because of some addictive properties or some drug or some beverage, or the sales of such medicines are not going as well, etc. And or even there may be some negative publicity about some addictive substances at that time. And let's see, so additionally then on Friday, as I said, is of all the days of the week, Friday probably has the highest probability of going down. And then additionally, new influence comes in on Friday and stays on through weekend, through Saturday and Sunday, so 20th through the 22nd, where we may hear increased news about Forex, and particularly Euro and USD. There might be greater than usual fluctuations. There may just also be surprises related to either banks or finance or earnings or profits. Things may be sort of not as high as expected, or something maybe more expensive than expected. Value of, again, some sort of a financial product may suddenly go up or down. There may also be intermittent power outages or service outages, especially related to social sort of sites or social, I guess, services, in particularly those that involve sharing images or pictures, or even related to fashion, or related to, I guess, sort of either friendships or romantic relationships. So there may be some either confusion there or some surprises, and again, their valuation may unexpectedly go up or down, or there may be service outages, again, unexpectedly. And it may also affect either sites or services that are related to finance. So either people are not able to access their financial data, or maybe the service of the site that serves as basically a portal for people to withdraw their money is down, or cryptocurrency, site that provides access to the cryptocurrencies may experience, again, too much traffic, too little traffic, because again, they're closed or something is suspended. So there may be some kind of surprises along those lines. And that is, again, 20th through 22nd of December. So that was it, short and sweet, hopefully, and hopefully you found this useful and interesting, and you can come back, check me out here on this channel. And I also have a blog where I usually post written predictions the day before I post the video, and that's at polstunka.com. So catch you guys later. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.